Hey gems, welcome back to my channel. My name is Imani. Today we're going to be talking about mama life, okay? We're going to be talking about how I want to say I'm at like 85% potty trained my 19-month-old. So this is how we began. I started doing elimination communication with him at 4 months. I did it until about 6 months. I think I stopped for a little bit and then I started up again. I feel like I always get this timeline confused. I'm really bad with time. I know I stopped when I started when I started doing my real estate, and that was in January. And by then he was what, 10 months? So I stopped again at 10 months. So I think I did 6 months. I stopped at 6 months, but I started up again for a couple more months. I want to say from maybe 7 to 10 months I did it, and then I stopped until he was about 14 months. I started up again. Elimination communication is basically watching your child for their cues, doing easy catches, and the 4 easy catches are like when they first wake up, when they first wake up in the morning, after a nap, before they go into anything, whether it's a car seat or a stroller, and after they come out of anything, a car seat or stroller or anything like that. So we did that. I kind of lived off the 4 easy catches. I didn't really do too much in between. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. If I could tell that he had to pee, or he would do certain things that showed he had to pee, I might have ran to the bathroom to put him on, but it didn't happen all the time. So that's how we started with elimination communication. So now when we went through the regression period, when he didn't want to sit down no more, he learned how to walk. It was a little hard, and I think that's when I took my first break. After my break, I went back again, and I was very consistent and trying to help him understand. So once I noticed he was once I noticed he was walking and trying to run away, I started showing him, like, this right here, this thing you just did in your diaper, this is called tata. This is pee-pee. I kept telling him every time we had a miss and that I didn't catch, I was like, this is tata, this is pee-pee. You tata, you pee-poo. But it was easier for him to see the tata versus to see the pee-pee, because he can't see it. He would have to feel it, and we didn't have time for him to be touching all up on the diapers. So I noticed that when he did start talking, he would say tata for everything. Tata to go pee, tata to go to poo. I just didn't know which one it was. We were going to find out when he sat down. And now he would tell me tata sometimes after he peed or before. But I noticed though, it was harder for him to tell me when he did have to poop. It would seem to be easier for him to tell me pee versus poop. In the beginning, when I was doing elimination communication, I used to know his schedule. He used to pee around the same time, but once we started solid, it was harder. And that's when I started implementing the whole tata pee-pee situation for us. When he would go on the potty, when I tell you the excitement, I got so excited, and I'm showing him like, oh my gosh. And I was like, Ila tata. And I kind of started saying tata for everything too, because that's what he associated with. That's probably my bad. I probably should have differentiated, but whatever. So he would say it, and I would clap, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Ila tata. So he gets excited. He used to get excited every time he would pee on the toilet. I get excited, he get excited, we're both excited. So I feel like it was one of those, I get a good reaction out of mommy when I do this, so I want to do it more. So that was one of the things I feel like really helped us. Other way I kind of help us get used with this potty training thing is, if I had to go, I made him go. Sometimes after about 2 hours, because I noticed he would hold his pee in longer, about 2 hours or so, 45 minutes, I would just put him on anyway. And sometimes I put him on, he just automatically pees. But if he had like if I was feeding him or giving him something to drink, it would be like 30 minutes versus 45, or depending on what was going on. Sometimes it'll be 2 hours, sometimes it's 30 minutes, depending on how much liquids he had to drink. The moment he started noticing and realizing and being conscious that I can control this, I know how to go, I know when to go, let me tell mommy, I was over the moon. Because I did buy him a potty training book where he would see these little kids on the potty, and I would read it to him more often so he could see, oh, this is what they do. He is an observant child, and he just got to see you do it once or twice. And okay, not once or twice, I'm lying, a couple times. Okay, he could see it and he'll do it. So giving him the visuals to help him see, oh, this is what they're doing, he ended up doing it too. Now sometimes when he's too engulfed in his play, he doesn't tell me that he has to go, but I pay attention and he starts getting his tippy toe, or he's like pushing, or like squeezing, and I'm like, all right, I pick him up, run to the potty. Whether he finishes on the potty, even though he might have started in his diaper, but as long as he finishes, this is what happens. But when he had misses, I'm like, Tata goes in the potty, Tata goes in the potty. And then I noticed he would see pictures of toilets and he'd be like, Tata. So I'm like, so you know, he understand. That's when I'm like, okay, we're on a roll now. The other thing I would do diaper free time, where he just have no diaper, nothing on. But those are messier. You just got to be ready, do a lot of cleaning, and accept pee everywhere. Now where I am at now is trying to figure out how to just get rid of diapers altogether. I want him to be able to tell me, but because I sometimes have lazy moments where I put him on the put a diaper on him, I feel like he still uses it as a backup. And I want it to be a backup, but I want it to be completely gone. So let's recap. How can you get your child to start potty training? If you can, if your child is between a certain age, if your child is from birth to like 18 months, I believe, you can still do elimination communication, which is paying attention to their cue. Get the Andrea, what's her name? Andrea, I forgot her name, but just put Go Diaper Free. You'll see her. She has free classes, tells you how to do it. You could find a lot of videos out there on elimination communication. So if your child is between those two ages, get a book, get her book, watch a video, and start elimination communication. And obviously, you need a plan. Just do the 4 easy catches. Before, when you first wake up in the morning, after a nap, before you put them in a device, after you take them out of a device. And that will help build your confidence as a mama, as a parent. That way you will continue. If you're confident, your child is confident. So you want to be happy and not irritated with the process so that you can help your child. So that's one. If your child is over 18 months, you kind of want to start the potty training situation, where you're basically at this point trying to get your child to be aware that they're peeing on themselves. Help them understand that peeing on themselves is not the norm, or peeing on their clothes is not normal, that they need to do it somewhere. I don't know, wherever y'all pee. Toilet is my preference. But that they need to pee, but not in their clothes, because it will soil themselves, and then it's not cool. So you have to help them be self-aware, help them understand that feeling that when they have to go, like, do you have to go to the bathroom? Or help them to understand what it is. Help them to differentiate pee and poop. What is like the difference? Where does it go? We don't pee on ourselves, we pee in the toilet. Help them. Another thing you can try is the whole Go Diaper Free method, where they are out and they're seeing it, like they're seeing the process happen. They're like, whoa, I'm peeing. And as they're doing it, you be like, well, pee pee, or you show them, bring them. I constantly would always brought Eli to the bathroom when he had to pee or poop. I wouldn't do it in my living room, I wouldn't do it wherever, but when I was in a car, that was the only difference. I had a little travel potty. But I would always bring him to the potty, so he knows bathroom is associated with pee and poop and brushing our teeth. So he would get the association. So whenever your kid are at that age, you kind of, you might have to take them yourself. You might No, you gave him something to drink a couple minutes ago. It's been 10-20 minutes past. Maybe we'll just put them on the toilet. You want to go to the bathroom? Let's go to the bathroom. You might have to keep them entertained while they're on the potty, because sometimes you sit in the potty, all done. No, you're not done. You didn't even do nothing. You have to actually pee. And with elimination communication, they teach you, you could do like pss, pss, or to kind of help them know what to do. So you might, if you want, continue that process too. Another thing you can do is get potty training books. I personally like the books that are not cartoons. I like realistic, with real little peoples and kids and potties and situations like that. So the kid can see someone that literally looks like them versus a little cartoon figure stick thing. So get books. Just patience. I feel like the biggest thing with all of this is patience, because the reason I stopped elimination communication the first time around is because I lacked patience. The second time I was in school and it was too much for me to do. I didn't have the patience, and he started regressing, and I wasn't happy with that. So you need patience, and if you miss, it's okay. Give yourself grace. If you miss one or two, whatever. But the moments that you do, those 4 easy catches will literally build your confidence up, okay? Then you'll start doing it in random times. The first time Eli peed on the potty, like without the little portable potty, I was like, he was 4 months, I think. He was definitely 4 months. He peed on the potty, and I was just like, and he knows now. It's crazy, because when he sees the old potty we used to use when he was like 4 months, 6 months, he takes it, sits on it, and said, "Tata." So like, somehow this kid knows, okay? And the other day, when I put him in the potty, I'm like, "Eli, pee pee," and he goes, "Psst." I'm like, what? How do you even remember that? So just know that your work is not going unnoticed. Not unnoticed. Your work is being, like, they're listening. They're hearing you. They might not do it right away, but it's being stored in their memory bank, and they are eventually they're just eventually going to stop peeing on themselves. So now my goal is hopefully by 2. I don't know how. I don't know. Hopefully by the time he's 24 months, we'll be out of diapers altogether. But that means I have to get him out of the diapers throughout the day. I'm not worried about nighttime diapering and peeing on himself. That, I'm gonna let that do its thing, okay? But I'm only worrying about daytime potty training, making sure that he understands diaper is a backup. Diaper is not your place to pee and do your duties. So if you have any questions, mamas, if you have any tips that you might be able to help me to wrap up EC, wrap up potty training, because I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't know where to go next. Because now, if I do potty train him, every single time we're out, guess what? I'm gonna have to take him to the bathroom. I won't just pee on yourself, I'll change you later. I have to actively act, and I don't know if I'm ready for that, okay? But aside from that, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, let your girl know how you feel, and I'll see you next time. Bye, mamas.